Cool to be a witch. What can I say? It started out as kind of a joke. Me and my friends were hanging out one evening having dinner, some pagan friends, and somebody out of the blue just said, "It's so cool to be a witch." And I thought, song title. And I jumped up literally in that moment and I ran to the piano. And for some reason, Boogie Woogie came out of my fingertips and I started playing a basic Boogie Woogie pattern and started writing Cool to be a Witch. And my friends were just like, what is he doing? What is happening? And it all just kind of came out like really fast. And they were cackling in the background, listening to me, going, "Oh, crazy Alexian, what is he doing?" And the more it developed, the more they realized this is kind of cool. What's happening here, right? And so the song "Cool to be a Witch" was born in its original format, which was a boogie woogie blues. That's on my original album, Alexian, the Mother, the Magic, the Music. And that's how it all started. And then it kind of took on a life of its own. It spread through my little cassette tapes that I originally released my album on. Yes, cassette tapes. I'm that old. And they were actually getting bootlegged and spreading through the pagan populace, unbeknownst to me. And I do remember that I called in to go vend at a gathering in Kansas called Heartland. And at the time, Angel was heading it up. And she answered the phone and I told her who I was. And she was like, this is not Alexian of Cool to Be a Witch? And I said, yes. And all I heard was screaming on the phone. I'll never forget that moment. I had no idea that my music had spread through the underground network, and she knew who I was. Well, at least she knew my music. And since then, hi Angel, we've gotten to know each other, and we're pretty good friends. But yeah, the song took on its own life, and it opened doors for me in the pagan community because of the comedy, tongue-in-cheek song that it is. And it kind of became one of the hits off the album, along with Listen to the Wind, which is a serious ballad. But yeah, that's how it started, as a joke. So I'd like to bring on a couple of people now to talk about their experience in recording and the music videos that were made for It's Cool to Be a Witch. And the first person I'm going to bring in is Miss Kendra. Kendra is a dear friend from many decades ago. I met her in the beginning of the 90s, and she is the voice of What a World, What a World on the recording of Cool to Be a Witch, both the original version and the new dance version, both. That's her. And she's also in the music video Cool to Be a Witch as well as one of the witches. So here's Kendra.
It was always a great time to be together and be creative, and just the energies that came together. I hated for the nights to end because it was always so much fun, and it just felt so good to blend all that energy and to come out with something so wonderful. And Cool to Be Witch was just fun. What a world, what a world, what a world. It was such a beautiful time, and there were so many like-minded people that came together at that time. It was so precious to me that it also feels like yesterday. And it does not feel like it's been 30 years.
We will continue to work together, Kendra. Trust me, I have many more things planned. Okay, so next up, I'd like to bring on Sally, who was gracious enough to cover a man in the remake 2.0 version of Cool to Be a Witch, the dance version. So here's Sally.
Hi, I'm Athena Skybird, and I've known Alexian for quite a few many years. Probably since 1993 is my first memory of him. And he is such a talented individual, and getting to know him in so many capacities over all these years has just actually been very rewarding for me, educational for me, and just all around amazing and fun. I remember having to come over to the studio, and my favorite part that I remember, I got to say the line, "A man," part of the video. And if you've seen the video, you know that section. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun in the studio. I remember a few takes of it because we wanted to get it just right. And I think we finally did. So about Cool to Be the Witch 2.0. One thing I want to talk about is the fact that my home, my personal little home, was chosen to be the setting for that video. We have an old, now 105-year-old house. It shows her age, but she was the setting for Cool to Be a Witch 2.0. We moved things around in our house. We set up a really cool background with bottles and oils and herbs and candles. We had the big old cauldron. We had a great videographer, and of course the music. And we got to enact the parts of Cool to Be a Witch. And what we accomplished in that, I think, was perfect. Perfect for the song, perfect for the season, just perfect all around. And it really added that extra level, that extra oomph to that video, making it something visual. And again, all of us were part of it. Alexian, myself, some wonderful friends, and we just had a blast. And to this day, I am so proud to play that and to be able to say that's my home that's part of that video. And I'm proud of that. I share that every year because I think everyone needs to see it if they haven't seen it yet.
Thank you, Sally, so much for your input. Next, I'd like to bring on Selena, otherwise known as Lady Ayana. She is a really dear friend and a member of my group, and she actually sang the background vocals for me on the remake of Cool to Be a Witch, the dance version. So here's Ayana.
Ooh, my favorite memory of being a part of Cool to Be a Witch is the fact that I was a part of it, because you had already recorded the song and it was already kind of an iconic piece. And so being able to be a part of the revival of it and having that new, fresh energy, that was a huge honor for me. So that in itself was the biggest memory and most exciting part of being part of that Cool to Be a Witch recording. Did I sing like 3 parts in that song? There was a lot of parts in that song. So I think probably just the most challenging is definitely having to record multiple vocal tracks and different vocal parts. So, you know, the high part, middle part, the low part, just being able to tackle all of those in the studio by myself. You know, sometimes when people are doing backup vocals, they may have like 1 or 2 other singers with them so they can kind of blend together in that moment. So having to do that all on my own was probably the most challenging. One of the other coolest things about being a part of the Cool to Be a Witch 2.0 was actually getting to create a line dance, and it's called the Magick Slide, and it is on YouTube with a tutorial, so definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun being able to incorporate my love of dance and movement along with some of the magical aspects to such an iconic song. So definitely an honor and a truly favorite memory of mine, and I was super happy that I was able to be a part of it.
So yeah, if you know some people that are in the pagan community and they've not heard Cool to Be a Witch yet, share the song. It's streaming live 24/7 on Spotify and YouTube. Blessed be. And remember, it's cool to be a witch.